Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Informal with a new podcast. This is the Mr. Informal Podcast edition 57. I hope you are doing well today. And I finally have something to talk about. Well, I always have something to talk about. And so we are on the 57th edition of the Mr. Informal Podcast. There is a lot of news in the tech and fashion industry. And don't forget to always follow me on Instagram, Mr. Informal. That's MisterInformaL. And check out the website, Mr. Informal. That's MrInformal.com. So, these are the four topics that we will be talking. Number one, shoe brands, black market deals, shady deals, behind the scenes. Number two, Amazon raises $15 of minimum wage. Number three, online waiting list for fashion. Wow, I have a lot of things to talk about. I'm very opinionated about that one. And last but not least, Mikchael Kors buys Versace for $2.12 billion. That's a lot of money to go around. And so, let's go ahead and start the 57th edition of the Mr. Informal podcast. So, the three biggest shoe brands out there, Under Armour, Nike, and Adidas, are making black market deals, or should I say specifically creating backdoor deals to basically recruit basketball player prospects or NBA prospect to their brand, but they're doing it illegally because in the article by the Washington Post titled "Inside the Basketball Black Market," that put Adidas in the FBI's crosshair. So the biggest paragraph in the article states that for more than 2 years, the Justice Department had been investigating basketball shadow economy, the secretive dealings among shoe companies, college coaches, NBA agent, and elite teenage basketball players, and those close to them. Federal authorities also were looking into Nike and Under Armour, and at a news conference, the top FBI officials suggested more arrests would come. The NCAA expressed outrage and acknowledged in need of systematic change. Wow. A year later, however, as the first trial to stem from the probe started Monday in New York, there is a growing perception among basketball insiders that the Justice Department investigation will not fundamentally alter college basketball or the black market that surrounds it, but instead will become the latest scandal to punish operators at the lower rungs of this shadow economy while leaving the larger forces fueling it untouched. So, basically, the shadow economy that they're saying is that these brands are sending recruiters doing deals to prospects, NBA prospects, to sign with them. And they're not supposed to be doing that because, as NCAA rules, no recruiter, especially at a younger age, or even NCAA high schoolers, I guess you can say, cannot be recruited in regards to shoe deals or shoe businesses. Not only that, at the last sentences of the second paragraph, while leaving the larger forces fueling it untouched, which means that the larger forces, which is Adidas, Under Armour, and Nike, will be untouched. Well, that is true because I do think that Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour should be punished as a whole to make sure that they never do this again and they will learn their lesson. And hopefully a lot of the coaches in these teams would actually limit recruiters or not even talk to the players at all. It could be the players, it could be the parents, and the parents should also, when parents hear this, should be stop telling to recruiters to talk to their kids. Now I know they see the dollar signs and the shoe deals and the shoe business, but the fact is, if it's breaking the law, if it's breaking any certain type of rules, these kids could prevent their stocks in the draft to be dropped or to be picked. And I find that absolutely saddening that these recruiters, and I've known this many times, a long time ago, and there's always been shady deals behind the scenes, that this is not new, and yet it's only happening now, or it's being, FBI is charging this now, knowing full fact that they've known this a long time ago. They probably just never had absolute proof evidence. So what does this mean in terms of schools being sponsored? Well, it doesn't really change much. If you want to sponsor a college or a team, fine, that's you. But to go to high schoolers and have them sign business deals, or even middle schoolers have them sign business deals, is absolutely terrible. And I think that parents should always teach their kids in regards to rules and also businesses. Now, the dollar signs there, obviously we're talking about millions on the line, but at the same time, do I want my kid to have their drop stock go down? No, I would not that, because based on the rules, we should not have to do that. Why don't we just play by the rules? Why do these deals always come around? Well, that's probably because these three companies are always fighting with each other. They always want to have the next LeBron James, the next Michael Jordan, or the next shoe deal that would become so popular that it could create billions of dollars of profits with them. Look at Under Armour, Stephen Curry. Look at Adidas, we got James Harden. Look at Nike, LeBron James. We got Michael Jordan. It's pretty obvious. But at the same time, the competition is so fierce that it got to the point where even middle schools are being recruited. You would think high schoolers where they start, but no, even middle schoolers. And it's absolutely saddening. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is not going to change. Probably a year they're going to stop and it's going to go back to it. And for some reason, I absolutely think that the coaches in the schools who are in this, who are coaching these kids, should just stop letting these recruiters come in at all. None. Zero policy. Second topic for the Mr. Informal 58th edition podcast. Amazon makes this big news. So, Amazon has raised the minimum wage for all of its United States workers, including Whole Foods, $15 an hour, effective as of November 1, after Halloween. Jeff Bezos made a statement saying, "We listened to our critics, thought hard about it, what we wanted to do, and decided we want to lead. We're excited about this change and encourage our competitors and other large employers to join us." He also said that we also believe $7.25 is too low. That's the national minimum wage. We would look to Congress to decide the parameters of a new higher federal minimum wage. So, honestly, he's just trying to BS. He's just trying to go around. But the fact is, he could have raised the minimum wage in his company $15 an hour a long time ago. But now, since people are criticizing him, he's just doing it now. He's being reactive instead of proactive. You see, I have a problem with him stating that the government should find ways. You see, if you do raise the minimum wage, everything has to go up. And I don't understand what's with these business CEOs to think that there's no repercussion. There's nothing that will affect it. Obviously, everything has to change. The minimum wage was not made to be a wage that will make you live forever. It's basically a stepping stone, a ladder to help you get through to your life for a bit, and then you move up the ladder or the business ladder to make sure that you are surviving well. And not only that, you gain experience, and so you get a raise, or you go to college, or you get a new education to become this, so you can have a career, a living wage career that you can depend on. But stating that a $15 an hour to become the minimum wage nationally is a big problem. Everything will go up. The cost of insurance, the cost of food, the cost of goods and services, the cost of products, everything will go up. Again, the minimum wage was not made to be a wage to be forever, or it's not made to be a living wage. You got to have a career. You got to have something to strive for. Something that will say that you are a professional, whether it be man or woman. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure that the part-time working for Amazon is happy about it, $15 an hour, but I don't want them to make a false assumption that they can live off of this forever. Again, it's just a stepping stone. Now, do I think that this will be good for Amazon? I mean, I'm 50-50 on it, because I do think that Amazon prices is going to go up, especially the Amazon Prime. It's going to go up even more. Now, to think that nothing bad will come out of this is just wishful thinking. Now, California, it will become $15 minimum wage in a few years, but the fact is, by jumping the gun, suddenly Amazon is creating a domino effect. Well, it's going to create a lot of, effects, whether it be raising the price, whether it be certain things cannot be affordable anymore, or certain things cannot be met. It's going to be, I don't know what to say. It's just going to be a lot of up, whatever it may be. Now, again, I really do think the workers here do not depend on Amazon to become a wage that they could depend on forever. I truly just hope that this is just a stepping stone on them. Now, if they are manager, or if they're making more than $15 an hour, or it becomes a career, good. That's good. I'm happy for that. But hopefully, their future working for Amazon is much bigger than just $15 an hour. So, there is this new thing called online waiting list for fashion. I don't like it. It's pretty obvious that these companies want to recreate the outdoor lines, such as Supreme, such as Nike, Adidas, Yeezys, whatever you want to call it, online. Now, when these companies create these online waiting lists, these customers think, they have this false assumption that they are getting something that's coveted, it's very prizeful, it's very it's a treasured item, it's luxury, whether it be a premium, not everyone can have it. Not only that, a lot of items that are sold out, so people call up and say, is there a waiting list? And suddenly companies are getting this idea. These waiting lists is to create marketing, to create promotion, to make the customer engage. These customers make feel like, hey, there's something going on here. I want to check it out. I might want to get it. But in the end, I am absolutely not happy about this, and I truly hope it doesn't become a domino effect. It doesn't spread throughout the industry, because I absolutely think that these waiting lists is absolutely wrong. If you have the product, just make it, or just make enough, or make more. Based on your data, if an item has been sold out one time, hey, buy some more stock. If it sells out the second time, again, buy more. I know what these companies are trying to do. They're trying to reduce their inventory, yet create excitement, and it becomes sold out, and suddenly their item is very coveted. And I'm not a fan of the Supreme. I'm not a fan of lines. I'm not a fan of waiting lines. I'm okay waiting 10-minute line. But for me to buy a short or a shirt for 30 minutes, are you kidding me? Or even an hour, just for what? Man, I don't understand the new promotions or these marketing in fashion, because they're just a waste of time to me. Not only that, I know that there are kids out there who would wait in line just for shoes, just for a wallet, or just for even items. Heck, even there's PlayStation 4 waiting list when it first came out, even lines. But oh well, even Black Friday now. But to even make it worse, online waiting list. You see, if I can get the item on the same day, fine, I'm willing to wait in line. But if I'm not getting this item in the same day and you're telling me you have to ship it and I have to wait, so basically I'm on a waiting list and then when you ship it I have to wait. Absolutely ridiculous. How much waiting is there to wait on a waiting list online? And I do think it's a scam. And now you may defend it, stating that, oh well, at least you're gonna get the item that you want. Okay, that's fine. But what if you're number 1,000 and they only made 500 in stock of it? Okay, now you're waiting in line again. I mean, is there an end to it? Now, is there a solution? Well, all I have to say is don't even do it. Don't even sign up for a waiting list. What for? Is this item going to kill you? Is this the kind of item that you want to have in life? But hey, if for some reason these businesses are doing great, having record profit margins due to waiting lists, I can't really fault them. It is business as usual. So let's talk about something in the luxury sector of the fashion. So Mikchael Kors buys Versace. Yes, Versace for $2.12 billion. Wow. $2.12 billion. And to add to this, Mikchael Kors owns Tiffany & Company. Mikchael Kors owns Jimmy Choo. And now they want to add Versace, one of the biggest names in the luxury sectors. What do I have to even explain about Versace? Well, they've fallen off. For it to be bought by Mikchael Kors, to tell you that they were not doing good. To me, there was a time when Versace was on top. Everyone knew about Versace. The Medusa logo, one of my favorite logos, the Medusa logo. From clothes, from shoes, to pants, all clothing, to bags, everything. The name Versace, pretty strong. It's well regarded. Unforgettable name, Versace. And to be bought by Mikchael Kors, one of the lowest brand names in terms of names in the luxury sector. I ask you, which one would you buy? Mikchael Kors or Versace? The Versace name is much stronger than Mikchael Kors. It's just the truth. No other way around it. And to be bought by a lower name brand tells you something that Versace has not been doing well. Now, to be bought by $2.12 billion, hey, that's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty big. $1 billion. Wow. So, let's put this in perspective. Versace is always going to continue. It's always going to be the name. It's always going to have people reacting to the name whenever you say Versace. But in this modern times, as the time goes on, will Versace have the name brand recognition? Will the name also be stronger? Will the name be as strong as before? Heck, will the brand items, previous items, before it's being bought to Michael Kors, will the price go up in terms of the black market, the gray market, whatever you want to call it? That is up in the air. To say that Versace wasn't doing so well, it's just to put it lightly. But to say Versace has a bright future, we don't really know yet. All I know is, I'm guessing right now, is the company is going to have a makeover. It's probably going to have some restructuring, some management restructuring. I mean, you never know. It might have new faces, new celebrity faces, new celebrity representative. But this one we know for sure is that the company has a long way to go to become as prominent as in the 90s or even in the 80s. It has a long way to go because the competition is becoming fierce. The competition is looking for new ways to become innovative, to become leaders, to find ways to market, to find ways to get great designers, to produce a product that is desirable, luxurious, premium. And so, that's how I feel about Versace. As of right now, they're still up in the air. And so we'll see what the future holds for them. And so that basically concludes the 57th edition of the Mr. Informal podcast. I hope you learned something today, and I hope I brought something new. And so don't forget to always add me on Instagram, Mr. Informal, and check out the website, mrinformal.com. And if you have any further comments, let me know. Okay? You can easily comment on the website. And so I will see you in the next podcast. Bye-bye.